Hello everybody, and welcome back to some Project Ozone 3. How you guys doing today? I hope you are doing well. I am. So, last couple episodes, we have been working on GalacticCraft. Where are we at here? Upsilon. We are to the point of going to get our Tier 4 rocket. But our rockets are getting to be where they are a bit more complicated to build. Actually, we need to make the Tier 3 rocket. Not necessarily that they're getting complicated, but they are getting to be, we've got to make these heavy duty plates, which is the compressed dash and the heavy duty plate, and the heavy duty plate is tier 2 is compressed meteoric iron with the heavy duty plate tier 1, and the tier 1 is the compressed bronze, aluminum, and steel. And it's a lot of stuff to do, and our compressor is slow. We could set up multiple compressors, but that's not what we are going to do. We're going to work on that today. So, since last episode, you'll see, for one, I have cleaned up all of our stuff here. Matter of fact, I have cleaned out all this area. None of this was being used. The crops and the capacitor banks I had over here haven't run in who knows how long. So I moved all of our GalacticCraft stuff over here. As you can see, we don't have the compressor. We're going to work on that today. I need to check. This thing is still not emptied. I got this thing emptying out into our ball. What else have I done since last episode? Let's see. Let's go downstairs. I've had to add some more interfaces and molecular assemblers. I added 2 rows to each. We were running out of spots to put patterns. So yeah, that was a thing. So I added some more. We've got some more room now. I've been working on getting some stuff together for Quest. I have automated the resonator. It's got speed upgrades in it. We're not going to be using it a lot, so I wasn't necessarily worried about it. We'll get into that later. So I've got the dragon egg mill going. I did finally add our black hole units for stone and cobblestone, so now we're getting loads of that. I've changed this over to where it's... Oh, I hate this. I don't know why it does that. But anyways, got this going. I've got our plastic. It's automated, but I've got it to where basically it's keeping 2 stacks. I've got a storage downgrade in here that will hold a stack, and then there's a stack inside of these. I've got export buses exporting all 3 of the dies into each of these, so we can now get a hold of our plastic sheets. It's not all of them, but I think this is the ones that we're going to need the most often through our playthrough here. So there's that. What else have I done? Let me tell you, do not vein mine any of your cables. It does not recognize a difference between dense cables and smart cables and fluix cables and P2P tunnels and all of that stuff. I wound up losing almost everything you see down here. I had to completely rewire all of this stuff. But it's all set up going. I did run... we're going to have to be getting into some Ember stuff again here eventually. I have got this thing... I run a cable all the way down here. It's exporting gold blocks, powering this, running to a chest and a import bus, and it's putting all this stuff back into the system. So we're loading up on some of this ember stuff. We're going to need it. Alright, so, but before we get started with what we're going to do today, I want to complete a handful of quests. Some of this stuff is stuff that we're not going to necessarily need to worry about. It's kind of what we've done before. I want to complete all of these solar quests. If we go in here to the solar quest, tier 1 solar panel, it's the titanium glass we get. You can find titanium in any dimension, pretty much. So we've got loads of the titanium. And then basically these are just tiered after that. You make a tier 1, then you have to make the tier 2. Tier 3 uses the tier 2, so on and so forth. The lunar solar panel. You need this lunar dust. Now, you can find this dust in the nether. I hadn't right now that that's done with. Anyways, you can mine this lunar dust in the nether. The ore is pink looking. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, there it is. And then you can also get it from extra utilities. Let's see here, let me find it. The lunar dust, not the lunar dust. There, the lunar reactive dust. Which I have got. The reason why I have the resonator set up is just lapis, 16 grid power will give you a lunar reactive dust. So I've got that automated for that purpose there. And then the final one by itself is the Ender module solar panel. This one doesn't say anything as far as how much it generates. But this one uses Ender dust from the end. It's pretty rare. I think you can use any type of ender dust, but it's like when you look at the recipes, it doesn't show anything other than that. So, but anyways, I'm going to craft all those up right quick, and I will be right back. Alright, so we got... I lost where I was at. We've got those. And then we need to do the ender one. I accidentally hit the button. I wasn't ready to come back just yet. Just go ahead and create that. These don't take very long to do. So the tier 1 lunar. These might take... Oh, maybe not. These really aren't bad solar panels, at least starting out. We used them to power our farming station. So, yeah, not necessarily too bad. These are going to wind up taking a little bit because we got to wait on the lunar dust, I guess. Alright, we're just about done here. I can tell you this. For one, we had the recipe wrong for... I had the recipe wrong for the dust. I was trying to make it in the pulverizer. You have to make it in the crusher from extra utilities. And if we've got to use these two items much more than what we are now, we are going to have to get the better upgrades for it, because this is our bottleneck. It took a lot longer to do that than I expected, but they're all done. Speaking of bottlenecks, that's one other thing that I forgot to show you all that I did. I have added the dirt seeds and added water seeds for making clay. Our astral sorcery clay automation, absolutely great, but it was our bottleneck for everything. When I've made several more solars, we're up to 6 now. We're making loads of RF. 776 in the middle of the day. 776,000. And with the seeds, it doesn't take too long. With doing it with astral sorcery, that was our bottleneck. It was taking a long time to do it. So, but now, let's get all those quests marked off of here. We've got 3 more quests to go and we're a bit away from that for solars. So, alright, now, for today's bit of business, we are going to make, we're going to get in, just not going to be getting into GalacticCraft, but sort of. We got to make the laser cutter from modular machinery. This thing will make our plates a whole lot quicker. At least it looks to be that way. We can use it to make circuits, which I don't guess we've really got a reason for that right now. But that's what I want to make. So, in order to make this thing, we're going to need a handful of items, and I've got most of them set up on AutoCraft. I've got just about everything set up for modular machinery on AutoCraft. First thing we're going to need is well, let's just go ahead and make 100 of these. To complete the quest, we need modularium. This is the main ingredient for modular machinery. Let's go ahead and pull up these quests. We'll kind of do them as we go. So we've got that. Next up that we need to make is, well, basically everything that goes with it. I don't think I've got machine circuitry on this. But we need machine casing. We need machine controller, which we can do. We've got that. We need some machine casing. While we're doing this, we're going to make what we need for our laser cutter. Our laser cutter, we need machine controller. We're going to need 30 machine casings. So let's go ahead and make 30 of these. There we go. There's those. We are also going to need 4 firebox casings. And I think I've got those. I do. Most of this stuff, let's take a look at this stuff. Modular machinery. It's more or less machine casing. Okay, this is the item input. It's machine casing, hopper, chest. And then each one of them after that, it just kind of tears itself up. Machine controller is casing, diamond, blocks of redstone, and gold. The vents are iron bars and modularium. Firebox casing, flint, redstone, iron. None of this stuff is really hard to make until we get into the magic side of it. It's just a lot of stuff to do. So, back to our laser cutter. So we need, let's go with, we're going to do the big inputs. Let's do ludicrous item input. Can we do that? We can. Actually, I probably shouldn't have done that. So we're going to have to do each one of these anyways. And we're going to need outputs. What was that? Item inputs. Item output. I didn't make. Oh, I gotta make some more crafting patterns. Alright. Got one more to make here. And that is the large one. While I was at it, I just went ahead and made each tier, crafting them one by one, just so we could complete the quest while we're doing this. I'm going to have to do more patterns for each of these because all I did was, I did energy output, but I didn't do the energy input, which we're not going to need them today. So we've got those. We need to make a machine vent to complete the quest. That's not what we needed. We need it, but that's not what we need. We need a machine gearbox. That is one that I don't think I have what gears do we need for that? For those, there's the machine gearbox, reinforced machine casing, which I have made, or I've got on that, and then finally machine circuitry, and I did do a recipe for that. And there we go. That should take care of all that. So this can go away, that can go away, that can go away, that can go away. Alright, so back to our laser cutter. We've got our input, output, we've got our machine casings, we've got our firebox casings, we've got our machine controllers. So we need we need 3 mechanism laser acceptors, which are these right here. So we need to make some red alloy ingots, and I don't think I've got those. Yeah, I don't have those. So let's just go ahead and make up a stack of these. That should be enough. We'll make it enough. We'll put it in here and double them, maybe. Yeah. So there we go. Let's put those in there. We've got that part of it. Next up, we need to make these laser amplifiers. We're going to need 3 basic energy cubes, and I think I have those. I do. There's 1, 2, and 3. Hopefully this will work with that. Does. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So there is our 3 laser amplifiers. Oh no, I used my... Let's make, oh, I don't know, 100 more of these. It's not like we're going to run out of, or not going to use them. We've got quite a few machines still that we're going to make. Alright, so there are our 3 mechanism laser acceptors. So that part is done. Finally, we need 5 laser focus matrices, and I don't think that that is actually a part of, I think it's actually a part of mechanism. And these are pretty simple to make. I say that. Really? Alright, we're going to need these eventually, so let's just go ahead and do this. Should have everything learned outside of that. So there's that, that, and that. We need 5 of these. That'll take just a minute to do. And then finally, I think we need the lasers from mechanism. So let me get those made, and then I will be right back. Alright, so I think we've got everything that we are going to need. Now, I'm not 100% how sure all this is going to work. I haven't seen anything on it, and I've yet to do anything, or, yeah. Come on, I want my layers. Alright, so layer number 1 is just all the casing. That's 5. All right. Alright, so there is that layer done. Next layer has the controller, the vents, and the laser focuses, and our input and output. Input, output, our laser focuses, our controller, our 4 vents, and then machine casings. And finally, I'm confused. I'm missing my buttons here. The top layer is the 3 lasers. Okay. Alright, so this should be a valid machine. The only thing we need to do is give it power. And I've yet to figure out about the blueprint, because there's no recipe for the blueprint. From what I've read, we should be able to put stuff in here and it be done. So we need to hook up our lasers to this. Let's go ahead and just make 2 more of these. Power, energy. Okay, that one's all set and ready to go. Let us get that one. I didn't grab them all. And let's set these all up. I didn't hit my button. That should still be set. Alright, so that should be. Alright, so now let's try to put something in here and see what we get. So, recipes for this. Let's get some aluminum. Something's not right. And the only thing I can think of is we've got too big a size. We've got everything that it asked for. We've got lasers. Alright, we got it now. Basically, I had to switch the input and the output. So now we've got laser cutter. We should be able to throw those in there. Grabbed them. We've got plates. That's not too bad. how is that doing to our, what's that doing to our power? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So my next bit of business is going to be to set up recipes for our aluminum, the compressed. Of course, we can't do carbon yet, but the all the stuff that we need in order to do our plates for GalacticCraft. So let me get that done, and I will be back. Well, we just hit level 30, and actually got our this right here, develop your personal strength to a maximum level. So we are all maxed out astral sorcery wise. Let's get this out. I got a ton of stuff in my inventory. We're fixing to go over all of that. So let's just find one that gives us some extra hearts. And of course it's not going to work just right because we've got maybe it will. Alright, so I think I've got this all set up. Let's go in here. Let's look up plates. We are making dash plates is what we need. This can go away, that can go away. So dash plates, let's make 10 of them. It has got to make everything more or less from scratch, except for these because I made a bunch of them a minute ago. We hit start. So basically, what's happening? So we've got our ME interface importing all our stuff for plates in here. We've made all the plate recipes. Unfortunately, or the compressed recipes. These plate recipes are not a part of the laser cutter, which does kind of suck. But we've got a import bus that's putting all the plates back into the system. And then this is a mess, but it works. The only way to automate these compressors is with hoppers. So I've got a interface with plates going into a crate into the hopper that's putting them in here. I've got one for each of them, just that way so nothing gets we don't wind up having any issues. And then they're getting pulled out of the compressors with a hopper and put into the crate and then put back into the system. And then all this stuff is hooked up to our system. So now we've got all the plates. We can put all this stuff in here. Basically, I think all we need now is our plates. Takes a little bit of time to do this, but at least I do not have to sit and make these. We can set it up for crafting and be done with it. So there is 10 more. So we've got 20 of these. We need, oh man, we got to set up. Oh no, we can do it with the heavy duty plates. We can do it with compressed titanium. That's easy enough. So, but we got everything at least together that we need in order to get to our tier 3 rocket. So we've got a few minutes left, probably not. I'm going to get our tier 3 rocket together right quick, and then I will be right back. Alrighty, I think we got everything we need to do this. So there are our heavy duty plates. There is our nose cone. There is our heavy rocket fins. There is our heavy rocket engine. And there is our tier 1 boosters. Tier 3 rocket got. These things just keep getting bigger and bigger. So, place it down. And that's it. So, we didn't really complete any GalacticCraft quests, but we did make it a whole lot easier to deal with. So, I'm going to charge everything back up. I'm going to let this thing fill up with gas. And next episode, we're going to hit quite a few planets. I'm going to try to get as many of them as I can in one episode and go from there. So, anyways, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.